What I have here is a piece of spalted sweet gum. This is part of a number of pieces I left lay out. I planned on splitting them and making firewood out of it. So instead of burning it, I plan on turning it. I need to cut this as round as I can. I'll get it mounted in the lathe. I'll tell you a little about what inspired me to make this. It's another wood turner, and I'll tell you who he is. So let me get this cut and we'll get it mounted up and we'll talk about that. Alright, I just sort of bandsawed the corners off and it's close enough to round. I can true that up pretty easy. So I recently saw another wood turner that I watch make a globe, and let me see if I can pronounce his name right, but his name is Steve Kalogerakis. That's as close as I think I can get, and I'll put a link in there for his channel, but his is just beautiful, and I just wanted to make one so bad. I do have some olive wood, but to get a piece out that big I'd be wasting most of the rest of it. So I decided I'll use this sweet gum, and I think it's going to look pretty nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just take my roughing gouge here, my spindle roughing gouge, and we will get it trued up. And it's actually running pretty true for being bandsawed, almost 1,000 RPM. Okay, I think I have got it back far enough, because if I start at this end, I only need 2.5 inches. Alright, I've got a nice cylinder. I've laid out some lines on it. I'm going to start cutting those lines and slowly make a ball or a spear out of it. And I do this by laying lines out, and I have my plot here. I'll put a link into the description on how I make a spear without a special jig. So I'm not going to explain a lot of this. If you want to know how to make one of these without buying a jig, you can watch that video and you should be able to do it. So I'm going to get my 1/2 inch bowl gouge. I'm going to cut a 45 on that. Alright, check it with the full template one more time. Okay, just about there. We'll use the negative rake scraper on it. Get rid of those marks. And we should be ready to sand, and we are. Alright, I'm going to get this sanded and think about how I'm going to flip it around. So I've got this block of wood and I have a tenon cut on it and it's cupped out. Now I'm going to hot glue it in place. I think we got it. So okay, time to do some sanding. And if you look at this, this kind of looks like a planet here. Anyways, here's the hot glue joint that I had on this tenon. That tenon had a cup in it, and it actually held it quite well while I cut this without the tailstock in the way. So now it's time to sand it, and I probably will just leave it on here until we have to take it off, because there's more things to make for this. I'm going to sand in reverse, maybe about 400, get my face mask on, and we'll get going. Okay, I'm just going to use sheets of paper, starting with 80. Okay, that's going to be pretty simple, and I'll see you for step 2. Okay, this is going to be the base, and it's another piece of sweet gum. So let's get it round, and then we'll get a shape on it. Alright, that's round. Now, we'll put a shape on it. Okay, time to sand. Alright, I'll get this all sanded up to 400, and I've got one more piece to make. Well, actually a couple more. Alright, I'm going to do some final sanding on it. I've got a little rod in here that will center it. And I'll bring the live center up against it. And I just need to do maybe some 320 sanding on it, and we're going to be finished. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and blow this off and put some shellac on it. I'm going to use some of the seal coat on it, and hopefully it will bring out these different shades of colors in here. Changed my mind, I'm going to brush it on. It's really soaking it up. It's going to take a lot. So I'll go ahead and get as many coats as it takes, because it's really soaking it in, and I'll get the shellac on it, and I'll come back and decide whether I want to polish it out or not. Alright, I have the walnut pieces all sanded up, and I'll just use spray lacquer on it. I've already put the sealer on here, so now I'm putting the shellac on. Okay, that's about all we need to do, and we can start putting it together. Okay, the hole was a little loose, so I used some 5-minute epoxy. Okay, let me get this together and we'll see how it worked out. Not bad. I really like it. I think that spalting is really nice. I'll be right back and I'll tell you a little bit more about what we have here. Well, here it is. It's all done. And while I was making this, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, but I actually love it. It's made out of spalted sweet gum and walnut. This planted area is 4 3/4 inches in diameter. It stands 10.5 inches tall, and the base is 3 3/4. I used shellac-based sanding sealer and shellac for the sweet gum, and I sprayed lacquer on the framework. And then I went over the planet and the base using Acks abrasive paste. So I'm really happy with it. I think that spalted wood actually does make it look like a planet. A special thanks to Steve for the inspiration after watching his video. I'll put a link in the description for his channel. He does wonderful work, just beautiful, mostly olive wood. So I hope you enjoyed my new planet. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I enjoy reading them all. Thank you to all my current subscribers. It really means a lot to me. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. I do videos weekly. If you click that share button, you can share it with all your friends on social media. That would be great. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks again, and until the next time, see you later.